Hi there, and welcome to Hearts of Iron 4. This is probably my favorite game of all time. I have over like 1,000 hours in this game right now, and I thought I might as well start a little series of, telling people why I have so many hours in it, and hopefully this might be able to convince you to either buy the game or give it a try. This is going to be a multi-part series of a whole bunch of different videos. On this one, I'm just going to be going over the basics of the game. Next video will be the UI, and the next few videos will just be a general playthrough of the game. So for this specific video, we'll just start with the basics. So on its surface, Hearts of Iron simply looks like a... Oh, do I have music playing? I do have music playing, okay. So on its surface, Hearts of Iron 4 simply looks like a World War II strategy game. The background here you see is D-Day, and if I went and I loaded up the basic map, you will see that this is definitely a World War II game. However, it is a lot different than just your bog standard World War II game. Hearts of Iron 4 is a grand strategy game, which is to say you are not playing as a specific person, you are not playing as a specific battalion of men, you are playing as a nation. So if I click on, say, Poland, I'm not playing any specific Polish person, I'm playing as the Polish nation. If you've played Paradox games before, this should seem pretty familiar, but to other people it can be kind of weird as you're playing as a country rather than as a person. And essentially at least on the surface of things, the whole point of the game is to survive the next 15 years or so. Hearts of Iron 4 starts in 1936, and it can go all the way till around like 1945, 1946 or so. Though obviously there are mods that can like extend the tech tree all the way out to like 1956 if you want to go super crazy. But yeah, on the surface, it's a World War II game. You can command pretty much every single nation in the world. However, again, if I said it's just a World War II game, that is grossly oversimplifying things. It is a political sandbox. It is a complete simulator. Like, yeah, you can play this game and have World War II happen pretty much as it did historically. That's what this button down here is for. Or you can do like crazy wacky things, like you ever wanted to do a campaign where France turned fascist and joined the Axis and they tag teamed the Soviet Union? Maybe you want to play a game where it's called Manchukuo here just broke free and reclaimed the Qing dynasty. Maybe you'd like to play a game where the United States just went full communist dictatorship and decided to fuse the United States Union with the Soviet Union. Those are things you can do in this game, and they're not even all that outlandish. These are things supported by like the base game. You can go in crazy directions. You can be like, I want to make a fascist Canada which makes an alliance with fascist Mexico and does something called Skewer the Eagle, where you both declare war on the United States. Or I want to play as communist Mexico and like have a communist revolution and like reinstate Trotsky, make a faction with all of South America, and then like navally invade across the entire Pacific, land in friggin' Vladivostok and overthrow Stalin. These are things like the game supports, or like do you want to like restore the Byzantine Empire as the Kingdom of Greece. It allows for all sorts of wacky and fun, crazy scenarios that you'd never expect. And honestly, that's why I like it, because again, on the surface, it's a World War II game, but just digging a little bit deeper, you get all of these crazy alternate history stories. And obviously, there's a whole bunch of mods that can create even more crazy stories, but honestly, that is really long and short of it. Hearts of Iron 4, for me, is just a crazy moments generator. Like, it's just like, I'm just going to play a scenario where it's like, I'm going to play Ethiopia, and I'm going to turn into a democratic, I'm going to turn democratic, I'm going to kick the Italians out of Ethiopia, I'm then going to annex Saudi Arabia, and then basically recreate the biblical kingdom of Solomon. Like, that is super crazy, but, you know, that's things you can do in this game. And it's awesome. And because you're only really playing for like 10 years or so, it does not lag nearly as much as other Paradox games like Crusader Kings does. But yeah, that's personally why I like It's basically, it's kind of a mix between an RPG and a strategy game, really, because yeah, you are kind of playing as a country, but at the same time, you end up with these crazy stories that are like, well, I suppose we're gonna make one this time. Anywho, that's the end of this video of just why I like Hoi4. Next video is going to be me clicking on a country and walking you through the interface.